MAGA is a complete and utter train wreck right now, but you cannot look away. Please take a screenshot of this picture if you need it. This dude, Evan Kilgore, is definitely a MAGA influencer, and he is throwing away his MAGA hat and putting on an America First hat. And this picture, they just look so sad. There has been so much political news over the past 24 hours. Our politicians are so unserious, and the people, the propagandists are so unserious. But we're going to get into some of the news and some of the social media posts that have been going on for this past 24 hours. I'm going to talk about Donald Trump and Marjorie Trader Greene in just a moment. But before we do that, we have got to address this whole Bill Clinton / Bubba and Donald Trump situation that is going on right now. There was an email that mentioned Donald Trump blowing Bubba. Now, I do not think that that was a misprint and like blowing bubbles. I think that they were talking about giving some man-on-man attention to his man. But I don't know. It was in an email. But like this person says, if Bill Clinton participated in Jeffrey Epstein child ex-trafficking ring, he should face the consequences. If Trump participated in Jeffrey Epstein child ex-trafficking ring, he should face the consequences. Release the Epstein files. It's about effing time. So all of this situation has gotten Donald Trump crashing out. Oh, it is glorious to see him melting down. And we all know that he is old. And I'm really wondering if the stress is going to cause him to go. Okay. But let's just look at what they've been talking about with this email. And then we will talk about what's going on with him and Marjorie. Before we get to the email that mentions the word Bubba, I want us to all remember the time where he was imitating giving a BJ to a microphone. It was a time. It was a time to witness. And then the people clapped. The people, MAGA clapped. And I was weirded out then. And Donald Trump has talked about other men's private parts. And he's done it in public. And people clapped and laughed. And he's been weird about that. He seems to like giving attention to other men's private parts. So I'm just putting that out there before I get to this email. Now let's get to the email. All right, so this is the email that got everybody talking. This is Mark Epstein. Right here, you can see Mark Epstein emailing his own brother, Jeffrey Epstein, and the subject is hey. And it just says right here, saying, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Now, like I said, could that say bubbles? I'm not sure, but it says Bubba right there. And that is what got the internet all riled up. This person named Xavier posted this video. This is Summer Walker. She was doing like, and it says, Trump on a random day on Epstein Island with Bubba. This whole situation with Bill Clinton started coming out. So that made me go over to Donald Trump's live social page yesterday. And this is what he posted yesterday with all of the Bill Clinton stuff popping off. He says, blast from the past, and gave this headline. This headline is from 2008. It says, Connery raves over Trump's Scotland project. Like he was grasping at things to try to talk about on social media. So he posts this really, really old article from Sean Connery talking about a Scotland project. This literally happened yesterday. But now let's talk about how he has been ranting and raving about Marjorie Trader Greene. He posted this last night. As you can see, this is an essay. He says, I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman, and he puts that in quotes, if Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, I keep calling her Trader because I'm used to that, of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory on the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes, no men in women's sports, or transgender for everyone, ending the DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, rebuilding our military, being respected by every country in the world, as opposed to being the laughing stock that we were just 12 months ago, having trillions of dollars, record setting, invested in the USA, and having created the hottest country anywhere in the world from being a dead country in just 12 months and so much more. All I see is wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll that said she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has told so many people that she is upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore. But with 219 congressmen or women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead, I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia, that are too fed up with her and her antics. If the right person runs, they have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican hating anchors. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. Whew, that was just the start. That was yesterday evening. He's still on a roll. Marjorie woke up and put out her own tweets saying, "Good morning. I want to thank everyone who texted and posted and commented support for me. You are all so kind and I appreciate, love, and support you too. I never thought that fighting to release the Epstein files, defending women who were victims of rape, and fighting to expose the web of rich, powerful elites would have caused this, but here we are. And it truly speaks for itself. There needs to be a new way forward." So you can see she's like, why are y'all attacking me? I'm just trying to protect women. That first tweet is from her government page down there. She reshared that and posted this on her other page. She says, "This in the Epstein files is why I'm being attacked by President Trump." She says, "It really makes you wonder what is in those files and who and what country is putting so much pressure on him. I forgive him and I will pray for him to return to his original MAGA promises." And here, this one, she's saying that she has an A+ from the Liberty Score, and Senator Lindsey Graham has an F from the Liberty Score. And over here, it says that she has received $0 from AIPAC. So she's just putting that out there. There's just so much going on, but you can tell Marjorie is looking for life after Donald Trump. She's like, I am not going to go down on this sinking ship. Me talking about this, please know and understand, I know that she is playing politics right now. She is still a Republican. She is still a Republican that wants to strip women's rights, even though she is on the right side of releasing all of these Epstein files. MAGA has been eating each other for a while. Y'all remember Doge? That was this year. That was this past spring where Leon Scum was in charge of just gutting everything and tearing everything up like he has a chainsaw, which he literally did. And so after Elump fell apart, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they broke up. Elon Musk took to his social page, the Twitter. He says, time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. That was June 6th, 2025. He deleted that. And he has been quite quiet about this whole Epstein file stuff. It has been amazing. Now I am going to make a part 2, and I'm just going to share all of the things that I have been gathering on social media with the fallout of this, because MAGA is eating each other. So many MAGA influencers are having to choose sides. Are you going to side with PDF files? Are you going to act like you like kids? Let me move out the way just in case you need that. That is where MAGA influencers are. I'll get out the way again. Are you going to protect PDF files or actually act like you want to protect women and girls? They have to make this choice, and it's hard for them. Okay, now, like I said, I'm gonna make a part two where I'm just going to talk about all of the tweets that I have seen about this fallout. Donald Trump woke up crashing out about margarine trader Greene. So at 5:40 in the morning, he says, lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot, betrayed the entire Republican Party when she turned left, performed poorly on the pathetic View, and became the rhino that we all know she was. Just another fake politician, no different than Rand Paul Jr., Thomas Massey, who got caught being a full-fledged Republican in name only rhino. Make America great again. He was typing that up at 5:40 a.m., probably on the toilet, his marble toilet. 6:17 a.m., he says Marjorie Trader Greene is a disgrace to our great Republican Party. 6:17 a.m. So he finished up on the toilet. He came out. He's eating one of his first Big Macs of the day, enjoying a Diet Coke. Probably has already thrown some ketchup to the wall. Not emotional at all, and just starts up with his live social post. Let's see what the Twitter has to say about Donald Trump crashing out. The Hodge twins. So the Hodge twins, remember, they're all America. Let's go. They're definitely MAGA. Real quick, the Hodge twins right here. This is a picture of Donald Trump. This Hodge twins, MAGA influencers. They shared this post from Donald Trump where he was calling her a disgrace. And the Hodge twin says, don't go against Israel or else Trump will call you a traitor. The Hodge twins say that. The Hodge twins, again, they say Trump calls MTG a rhino but endorses Lindsey Graham. They put a clown face right there and say MAGA is broken. Look, I am here for it. I am here watching these fireworks go off because they are imploding, and I am here for it. I hope that they completely self-destruct. Oh my gosh, this is glorious. So Cat Turd down here, a MAGA influencer, says Laura Loomer was right about Marjorie Taylor Greene. And to that, Laura Loomer, or people call her Saw, says, I told President Trump and his staff in 2022 that MTG was bad news and that she would turn on Trump. And turning on Trump means trying to get them to release the Epstein files. Let's keep it real. But she says, I told the public in 2021, 4 years ahead of the curve on Marjorie Trader Greene, one of the most wicked women I've ever met. Don't tell me the signs were never there. Still from Laura Loomer, she says, President Trump has adopted my 4-year-old nickname for MTG, Marjorie Trader Greene. I'd be lying if I said I'm not loving this. Donald Trump cannot stand Thomas Massey because Thomas Massey is not just kissing the ring. He's actually trying to get the files released, the Epstein files released. So Donald Trump does not like him very much. So yesterday, Donald Trump, who has cheated on all 3 of his wives, says, did Thomas Massey, sometimes referred to as Rand Paul Jr., because of the fact that he always votes against the Republican Party, get married already? Boy, that was quick. No wonder the polls have him at less than 8% chance of winning the election. Anyway, have a great life, Thomas, and ? His wife will soon find out that she's stuck with a loser. So here's Liam Neeson saying MAGA voters are now threatening Marge's life. And here's a post from Marjorie Trader Greene. She says, I am now being contacted by private security firms with warnings for my safety as a hotbed of threats against me are being fueled and egged on by the most powerful man in the world, the man I supported and helped get elected. Aggressive rhetoric attacking me has historically led to death threats and multiple convictions of men who were radicalized by the same type of rhetoric being directed at me right now, this time by the President of the United States. So he posted that this morning at 9:21 a.m. So Brooklyn Dad is reposting this post from Donald Trump where he's talking about Thomas Massey and his wife. Brooklyn Dad says, the guy who cheated on all three of his wives and was found liable for SA, attacks Representative Thomas Massie for remarrying a year after the love of his life for 35 years died. Trump is mad because Massie wants the Epstein files to be released. There is no bottom, is there? Dinesh D'Souza, Indian MAGA, Brown MAGA says, who gets to say what MAGA is? Right now, there is only one answer to the question, and it's Trump. If you want to get your own political startup going, do it. Just don't pretend that you are the true and authentic representative of a movement that Trump created. And then he shares this post from Donald Trump right here. I've already read this whole thing, but this is what he posted yesterday, where he says, I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman. And he put Congresswoman in quotes for whatever reason. She is definitely a Congresswoman. Jake Shields, who definitely voted for Donald Trump, he reposted this post from Matt Wallace. Matt Wallace asked the question, do you support Marjorie Trader Greene? I keep trying to call her Taylor. It's obviously Trader. Jake Shields says, yes, because I'm America first, not Israel first. Here's MAGA influencer Evan Kilgore replacing his MAGA hat with a blue America First hat. Here's Yasha Ali talking about President Trump is workshopping nicknames for Congresswoman MTG on Live Social, calling her Marjorie Taylor Brown. He's losing touch. If you have to explain a nickname, it doesn't work. There is a whole lot going on. It's still early in the day. There might be some more bombs that drop or some more train wrecks. We will keep watching the Twitter. I haven't even gone over to big MAGA spaces yet, but this is it for now. Go ahead, join the conversation. And just remember that Elon Musk said back in June of this year, time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. We're going to continue to bring it back to that. All right, let me know what you think of all this. Like, comment, and share.